So good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a nice morning. I've just tried to go live for the first time on Facebook, which was a bit of an experience. I'm not sure how it's looking. So shout out to my one friend who was on there. But this reading is going to be for this week. So I'm just going to pull some cards just to have a look at the week ahead and just to see what is coming up for us and what we're being given. So I hope you're all doing well today. If you're in Perth, it's nice and rainy outside, so I hope you're warm or else tucked up in bed, if you're still able to do that at this time. So, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. So I'm just going to pull some cards. So I'm shuffling. Okay, so thinker, a place like home, and chopping wood. So I suppose for this week, one of the things is that you are actually in a space where you are thinkers, basically about thinking about things, working things through, looking at your mental thoughts, your processes, your plans, which is really, really key. No place like home is about finding a place within yourself that actually feels like home, and that basically you actually feel like you're in a really good, safe space to be who you are and to be what you need to be at this particular point in time. And chopping wood, they often say it's like when we meditate, it's like, it's chopping wood is just like continuing on day by day, doing all the things that we need to do that are really, really important for us. Now, in terms of numbers, we have 44, 42, and 50. So we have a 6, 5, and an 8. So those numbers might be important for you. So those particular months, August, May, and June, for some particular reason. But you might actually enjoy those numbers as well. So they might be significant for you in terms of what's happening for you in the next week or so. So I'm just going to grab some tarot cards, just see what we've got. So moving those up. So we have in the past, we have the world. In the present, we have judgment. There's an awakening. And in the future, we have the hermit. So in the past, we've got the world. So basically, that's been the completion of a cycle. Something's come to an end on some level, and that's been quite a major thing for you too, because the world is a major arcana card. So it's quite a big ending. There may have been completions, there may have been success, there may have been abundance, joy, happiness, lots of things. So it can be a really, really positive thing in that's coming. What's coming now is judgment. So in a sense, that's about reassessment. That's about really waking up to some aspect, either within your life or within yourself, something that's really come to the fore. Maybe all that work you've done and that really hard times you've had and the things you've worked through have allowed you to really wake up and find something else. As you can see from this card, this person's going on a quest almost, like looking into things a bit more deeply. So there's a real sense of, evaluating what have I done, where have I come from, and where am I going? And ahead of that is the hermit. Now, the hermit can be a Virgo card, but it can also, again, be a card of basically going within. So maybe some of the work you've done in the past, as you've come to an end of a cycle, reassess things, means that you're going to go more deeply into yourself, more deeply into your own spirituality, more deeply into a sense of yourself and who you are and what you're actually coming here to do, which is really, really powerful. Because it feels like with this, there are 3 big major arcana cards. So it feels like they're the major things that you're actually working through. They're not simple tasks. With the world, there was death. So again, another major arcana card. So the ending, again, just confirming that there's been an ending, a transition. Death is obviously not really death, but maybe a death of a part of yourself that's come to an end, which has really, really been powerful. With the judgment card, you have here the 8 of Swords. Now, sometimes the 8 of Swords can feel like a bit of restriction because there are a lot of those swords around that person, but it's mental restriction and it's short term. It's not something that's going to continue on. So maybe, part of your reassessment, etc., has made you feel a little bit like, well, I'm not quite sure what's going on and how I'm going. And this is maybe looking into, reassessing, where do I need to go to next? And that's why you actually take the step to go within. And with the Hermit card, you have the Knight of Cups. So in a sense, it's like there might also be there might be an emotional offering coming in. There might be someone coming in who's giving you something on an emotional level. The Knight of Cups is fairly romantic, a bit dreamy. Maybe it's about part of going in within yourself is actually reconnecting with that, also that part of yourself that's, very much that young, emotional, romantic, optimistic, hopeful, emotionally joyful part of yourself that's actually really coming to the fore here. And that part of yourself that just wants to go ahead and try. The Knight of Cups is can be in a relationship reading, offering you, an opportunity in terms of a new relationship, a new love, but some of that can also be directed within, which is actually really, really powerful and which is really, really helpful, because maybe that's what's coming as well. Maybe it's not about necessarily all external, because this does seem to be a reading where basically you are actually heading more into an internal state rather than an external state. So you're looking more within yourself in terms of what you're doing, where you're going, and where you need to be. So in terms of the French fortune cards, I'll just pick one. The Mountain. So obviously, perhaps for some of you that you may have felt like there's some sort of obstacle, something that you've needed to overcome, that basically you've needed to move through or work through. And it's really, really powerful and really important that you realize that part of this is just part of your journey, and also part of coming together to really to actually climb that mountain, climb those obstacles. But when you do so, I think it's really important. And what it brings you is a sense of achievement, and that's maybe why you're actually also heading within yourself, that you've done a lot, you've climbed mountains, you've overcome obstacles. And so maybe now you need to go within yourself, really just check out where it is that you're actually wanting to be and where you're needing to go next, rather than basically just continuing on. Now with the Mountain comes the Man. So it could be that you're a man, or you have support from someone, or it could be actually getting support from your masculine part of yourself as well. That very action oriented, purpose driven part of yourself that basically wants to get up and go and make things happen. Or maybe that's been a part of the process that you've had, that working alongside you, in terms of helping you overcome that. And maybe that's now why you're going within, because that energy to continue to overcome obstacles and work through things actually takes a lot of time and effort. And so sometimes you're just tired. And so you need to just go within and stop. And next you have the Heart. So something emotionally is really coming together for you. Very much connected, I think, to this page, this Knight of Cups. So there's the Heart. So you're actually being offered something emotionally. There's new love coming within. Maybe new love in terms of a relationship. It could be a relationship for some of you, if that's what you're heading, because you may have overcome obstacles. There's a new man coming in, and there's actually a new relationship, new love offering, which could be another thing. Or it could be within yourself as well, in terms of what's actually happened. So you're overcoming some of those personal obstacles, which have meant that you've then brought in someone and something, and it's allowed you to move more into your heart space, more into where you are emotionally. So that's really, really powerful and very, very important. And that could be for some of you as well. That could be, maybe that's what you're actually after as well. And so what we have next is the Anchor. So this is that, whatever that is, whether that's basically the emotional experience or basically the new relationship, it helps you anchor. It helps you really come into a sense of yourself, of who you are and where you're heading. And that's a really positive thing for you in terms of where you need to move forward to. Also, if you anchor into your heart and enter into that heart space, that connects you really, really strongly with your soul and with your inner knowing and your higher self. And when you do that, that's when you can actually really achieve many things. But sometimes, as we've seen here with the Hermit card and that Knight of Cups, sometimes we need to go within ourselves as well to really find that, and to really find that heart space and that anchor, so that we can actually discover more of who we are and where we need to be and what we need to be doing. And that's a very, very powerful process for all of us, especially at the moment. There's a lot of things going on in terms of the planet, lots of changes, I think, as well. This is a big year in terms of changes at a planetary level, as well as, at an astrological level. There's a lot of things going on too. So maybe that's part of the process for you, is that you're actually really moving through those obstacles within your life and within yourself, coming more into balance, bringing more of that divine masculine into yourself, so that you can basically, overcome the hurdles and the challenges, bring those things together, and then move more closely into your heart so that you can anchor into more of a sense of who you are and yourself. And also then anchor into more of a sense of your own spirit and your higher self as well, so that you then start to move forward, and actually start to really work, some of those things here. Maybe those projects through reassessment here is also about, in a sense, your purpose or your actual life goals or things that you think are really important. But either way, you're really moving forward in a very, very positive way, notwithstanding at times that your thoughts are sometimes a bit of a challenge. And also that, that can be a case with any of us, really. But once you overcome those thoughts, once you really come into a space where you, I suppose, tame those thoughts, where you're actually bringing those thoughts into yourself and acknowledging all the things that they bring and what the lessons they're learning as well, and what those mountains and what those things have come together for, they actually really, you can move forward in a lot of, you can move forward into more of where you need to be and who you need to be and where you need to get going. So I hope that gives you a bit of a sense about the week ahead. So if you like this, if you like this video, then like and subscribe. It's free. So, and I hope to be doing more of these for you as we move forward. So if you like these, just let me know. And if there's anything in particular you'd like me to do a reading on, just let me know that too. So take care. Bye for now.